YouTube? I'm back again today for another Kickstarter critique where I take a look at a different tabletop game every weekday at 1:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and give my honest thoughts on how that project is being ran. So if you enjoy that kind of content, please be sure to slam that subscribe button down below as I'm trying to reach 9,000 subscribers to celebrate my 9-year anniversary of making YouTube content. Also consider supporting the Patreon because it's a super cool thing to do. But right now, I'm very excited to be talking about the 5th most popular projects in all of games. That is Bantam West. An immersive sim adventure board game for 2 to 4 players set in the wild, and I'm assuming the next word is west. So I want to give them a shout out right now. I feel like this is a great use of space right here. An immersive sim adventure board game. I know what I'm getting into here. I know there's not going to be a solo experience. This funded fully in less than 1 hour. No one cares. That seems like a gigantic thing to put there. And then we got a lot of text. Early backer exclusives only for the first 48 hours. The Home on the Range pledge and above will receive a free Dead Settlers map. Wow, that's really cool. And then text that I cannot read. And yeah, so that I would recommend getting rid of the text that you can't read. I feel like that's also now live on Kickstarter. We know, but it's already raised $153,000. So let's get into this. But I would like to see a price on here. I'd like to see some more, because, like, yes, now that we're here at the main image, I can read that, and it's very simple to read, but you got to realize most people aren't going to be looking at this image at this size, because when you go to this page, what do? You click on the link. You're actually going to watch the video, so you need to make it so that people can see it from the Kickstarter popularity charts out there. You take from the clutches of a dead settler a map of the area littered with tips, tricks, and survival techniques that will give you a cutting edge. Ooh, that actually, yeah, I would totally, that would get me a little bit more into the theme, more into the immersion here. So get rid of this fully funded crap, you know, once this early bird exclusive thing is gone. I like what they have here as a main image, but I think just maybe make it a little bit bigger. But I understand that that's probably going to go away. Let's go! Alright, as always, 3 things. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? Hopefully you can convince me of all 3 in the video. Let's go. Interesting here. I'm excited to see what's going. I feel like we're in a video game.
Okay, everybody, gather around. Greetings, people of Gallow Springs. There's a reason why I gathered you here today. Anyways, there's been a recent uptick in crime, and y'all keep picking fights with each other. But most of us would agree that's just the Bantam West way.
Okay.
It's a new age. Law-abiding citizens are endeavoring to make an honest living. Well, that doesn't mean those same people ain't robbing you blind. And others just want to see the world burn.
What? What the hell?
Some of those outlaws are building toward a bigger goal. Because at the end of the day, everyone's got a living to make. And everyone's got their own treasure to seek. But tread carefully now. Because the path to fortune and glory is a hard, dangerous path. This land holds some ancient treasures, but it holds some ancient evils, too. Whoa. It's time for you to tell your own story. Welcome to Bantam West.
Okay. Okay. Not your typical Kickstarter video there. That was more like like a video game or a movie. And I don't have an issue with that. I got a feel for what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be going around the map, doing a bunch of stuff, looking for buried treasure. But like I said, that main image that we talked about, nobody's going to see it. Because as soon as they get here, they click on this video. So make it so that people from the outside can read everything. So yeah, I feel like if you're a fan of sandbox-style games, the Do I Want It is done with that video. Can you do it? How much is it? Still need to see that, though. Very impressive video, though. So first created, 7 backed. So that doesn't mean it's immediately a deal breaker for the can you do it. It's just you gotta show me. You gotta show me something. I'm an officer in the U.S. Army and an indie board game designer. I created Bantam Planet LLC with a plan to produce a long line of high quality games that make people happy. Our games will be more than just cardboard on your table. They will be small worlds that are brought to life by So we do have 1 collaborator. Okay, so we should have 2 people in the customer service, which is good. I saw the Orlog one, which has raised like $300,000, and I saw that there's only 1 person handling their customer service in their comment section, and I'm like, oh wow, that's not a good choice. So glad to see that there's 2 people on the case here. So this does look like one of those generic websites that's just going to take you straight to the Kickstarter. Oh no, okay, so they have some more stuff here. Oh, okay, the story behind the minis, but what did I even click on? Bantam Telegrog blog. That's the blog, live on Kickstarter, visit our Kickstarter, and this is a picture. So yeah, it pretty much is that, but it does have some behind the scenes stuff. Okay. I'm not convinced. Still need to see more, but let's keep going. All right, get the Dead Settlers map for the first 48 hours. The Home on the Range pledge and above will receive a free Dead Settlers map. You take from the clutches. What is the Dead Settlers map, though? I feel like a picture right here would be great. Is this a playmat? Is this a board? Is this a physical map? Like, what actually is it? I don't know. Cool, though, that I get it if I'm backing, like, right now. Bantam West. The Dethelm Frontier offers total freedom to those who are taught enough to survive its perils. To thrive out here, you must walk the raver's edge between good and evil, use everything at your disposal, and do whatever it takes to carve your own path and come out on top. So, leave behind your troubled past and write your story anew. So, 2 to 4 players, recommended 3+. So they're saying, not the best at 2 players. That concerns me a little bit. Ages 14 plus, 1 to 2.5 hours. Okay, so we're looking at a medium weight to potentially heavier weight game here, most likely in the mid-weight range. That's awesome. 6 different game modes. Okay, let me know what you think about that. I'm gonna make another poll on these. I've been loving doing these polls. But what do you think when you see someone say that there's that many game modes? Does that get you excited or not? I feel like for me, I've been so underwhelmed by hundreds of other board games that have been like, we got tons of game modes and variants, and then you go and be like, So I don't know, but maybe it's just that I'm cynical. But let me know. Let me know in the comments down below. When you see someone say we have X number of game modes, does that get you more or less excited? I think 2 or 3, cool, but once you start getting up super high, I'm like, really? And then 15-minute setup. Interesting, putting that there. And I do like that. If I'm thinking this is like a sprawling sandbox-style game, the fact that I know I can get it up to the table in 15 minutes, that's not too bad. So game mechanics, action points. Wake up each morning and choose whether to use Radcliffe coffee or green towel tobacco to charge through your day. Point-to-point movement and line of sight. Dice rolling, modular, and double-sided boards. So right now they are giving me a good feeling for this right now. They're giving me a good feeling they know... How do I phrase this? This is not one of those Monopoly clones. Like, we've seen so many Kickstarters where, like, people have played, like... Oh, it's like, oh yeah, I played one game of Settlers Catan and then I was ready to make myself a board game. Yeah, I tell you what. Or there's the people, and I shouldn't even diss on those people, because there's the people that haven't even played any of the hobby games, but are like, oh yeah, this thing's great. It's totally gonna just blow everybody away. It's like, what's the most complex thing you ever played? It was like, well, you ever heard of Quelf? Played Quelf a lot in my college days. Pretty big board gamer. Like, those type of people, and they're on Kickstarter. So showcasing things like this makes me feel definitely more comfortable. And I do like Quelf. Okay. I think it's okay. I don't think I like it. Capitalize your character's unique skills and abilities. Modify your skills by... You know what? I do like Quelf. By recruiting new folks onto your team, use your unique class perk to gain the cutting edge. Ooh, so here we go. This is where a lot of variability and replayability is coming up when they're talking about modular, double-sided boards, variable player powers, but not just variable player powers, but skills, abilities, crew, deck building, and hand management. Okay, now we're really digging into the weeds here. Purchase new mechanics to modify your combat deck, then strategize and manage your hand carefully as the deck diminishes during each fight. Interesting. I'm hoping different spots around the map are going to have potentially different cards, things like that. That sounds cool. Okay, so we got some stuff set up. What do I want right now? Do I want it? I feel like they did a good job with the video. I feel like after getting this far, you pretty much have an idea if this is going to be a game for you. We need some more gameplay videos and stuff like that, but still feel like I'm giving that a check mark. Can you do it? Not so sure. How much is it? Still don't know, so I'd like to see a price. Overview. Play as one of 4 strangers with varied goals, abilities, and personalities as they make a name for themselves in the frontier town of Gallow Springs. Also, you know, if you're going to start going into the components and all the stuff, just give me a price. Purchase unique equipment and weapons that can be used. Cultivate the land. Oh, wow. And make the wilderness your home by strategically building and placing cabins that generate resources and offer shelter. Wowzers! That's not what I was expecting, but that it gets me even more excited. As a gamer, this is right up my alley, actually. Recruit riders at the local saloon that offer unique abilities to your posse. Watch as the riders sacrifice themselves to save you or betray them for your own gain. Okay. Pursue multiple player goals. Fight for survival. Bears, awesome. Is that a velociraptor? Excellent. Engage and react to a living world by responding to random encounters and events. Excellent. And this is where I really want to see this deck. How big is this deck? Are we talking about 12 events or are we talking about 130 events? Because, you know, those are 2 very different games. Because for me personally, there is one and only one best sandbox game out there, in my personal opinion, and that is Fallen Lands from Fallen Dominion Studios, which is just, it's it's just it's a labor of love. There's like 7,000 million cards in that game. Definitely check that one out if you're into sandbox exploration style games. Watch the game's overview and pros plus cons videos. The degree of world building in Bantam West is incredible. This open world game truly is open world. Okay. Because that's what I want to know, and I'm hoping that means that we're going to see big old stacks of cards, because that's really what I was just talking about a second ago. The four strangers. Each of our heroes has a unique personality, skill set, history, and culture. Which of the four are you? Click here to take a quiz. What? You know what I'd rather click here for? The damn price. Like, come on. I don't need a quiz. Personalized player boards. Use your player board to keep track of your enterprise and form a strategy. Look at this. Oh my, there is so much going on in this player board. Yeah, you don't play Catan once and make a player board like this. This looks... Yeah, this looks hot. This looks like a really cool game. Dual layer player boards unlocked. Oh, boo, yes. Maybe even spotlight that a little bit more. Put a little shine on that. But this is interesting how they're doing it. They're showing me all the different components while still... going into a little bit more about how the game works. It's interesting. Featuring 5 game modes, including, I thought we had 6 plus, but okay. A warm welcome, home on the range, the hand you're dealt, shadow. These words mean nothing to me. Okay, there's 5. So there's 5 game modes. But I could have swore. Didn't it say 6? Like I could have swore it said 6. Like wasn't it right here? 6. Yeah, 6 game modes. Okay. Oh, I wonder if we're going to unlock another one, guys! Yeah, that's... Okay. Plus, create your own custom game modes using the modular boards and rules. After release, we will occasionally publish new game modes to download and print for free on our website. Very interesting. Very interesting. I don't dislike that. I think that's really cool. I've heard other games say they're going to do similar things like that, and I don't believe they followed up on it. Now, I could be wrong. I've heard people saying like, oh yeah, after it launches, we're going to release like files to do this and do that. And a lot of times if the game doesn't get as popular as they were hoping, it doesn't happen. I'm not going to say that's not going to happen, but it's, it might not happen. But luckily, this thing is $100,000 funded, so hopefully that will not be the case. Tour of Gallow Springs, a small frontier town at the edge of civilization. Gallow Springs, the untamed land, surrounds and attracts people from all walks of life across the midland landmass. Adventurers, merchants, homesteaders, and gamblers come seeking new opportunities and wealth. This is all great. Like, I'm here. Like as a fan of sandbox style games, I'm down. Like, stop, just give me a price. Just hit me in the face with it. Download the rule booklet. Excellent. I'm glad I can download the rule booklet. That's great. Click on the download to wait. I don't want to download. That's gonna lag like crazy. So 24 pages. Nope. Not gonna buffer it. Sounds like modes or combinations of modules and maps. It's more like scenarios. But that's cool. Yeah, it does. And I mean, at the end of the day, if there's 5 different ways that I'm going to realistically play your game every given time, yeah, that's cool. But still, I want to see more about those modes. And granted, I could download the rule booklet, but that's gonna lag everything. The level of detail is outstanding. This is one of those rare gems that will hopefully take the gaming world of storm. Noob Haven. The level of detail is outstanding. What does that mean? Does that mean there's so much going on in the world? This is one of those rare gems that will hopefully take the gaming world by storm. I don't like that quote. I don't know what it is about it. It rubs me in a weird way. This is one of those rare gems that will hopefully take the going. Yeah, you know what? I take that back. There have definitely been some games where I've been like, oh my gosh, this game is amazing. I hope this gets really, really popular because then it can get more and more and more expansion. So I take that back. Just took my brain a minute to compartmentalize that. I still think this is not a particularly good quote. Actually, this part is, the level of detail is outstanding. I don't know, I'd want more details. So $1. Holy crap, so the game is $97. Alright, a warm welcome. Support the Citizens of Midland, you'll gain access to the pledge manager of the campaign. So, home on the range, the Bantam West game, all unlocked stretch goals. So here's my big issue that I have right now. I have no idea what's coming in this box. I have no idea what size the box is or what size the board is, because they chose to do it in this really interesting way where they're still talking about mechanisms in the game while spotlighting game components. But then when you do that, like this I see this, but what does this mean? Like, how much is this? Like, it's all zoomed out. So I'm not a big fan of how they handle this aspect. So I'm assuming this is a Ticket to Ride style box. Like, that looks about right to me. But I feel like zooming in on components is the industry standard for a reason. I feel like it's always good. It's always going to help add some value to your game. Because now I'm looking at this. I'm not looking at this as the perspective of a $60 game. I'm looking at this as a perspective of a $97 freaking dollar game. And I don't know how many boards I have. I don't know how many cards I'm getting. I don't know how much variability there is. I don't know how many tokens there are. I don't know how many coins there are, or how many houses, or are there these pieces of silver coming in the game. I don't know what's coming in the game at all. Now, hopefully it's after the pledge levels, but if they just flat out did not put it there, like, that's a really interesting choice. Now, granted, this has already raised $130,000. So that's doing spectacular. And I think it's that video, man. That video did a great job of making me want to play the game. Not to mention what they're talking about is actually really getting me excited. So the Shadow Governors, Bantam West base game, plus all unlocked stretch goals, plus metal coins, plus terrain upgrade pass, plus upgrade first player tokens, plus the Bantam sign planet postcard. Okay, so none of this stuff means anything to me because I can't see it. Now, I'm assuming what they do, and I've seen people do this before, is they list all these, and then down here they're actually going to start showing stuff. Yes, this is so bizarre. Why would you do it like this? Hey, I feel like this is just a no-brainer here. You take this rectangle, and you put it right there, and then you take this rectangle, and then you put it right there, and so on and so forth. And please, if anyone in the chat or in the comments who sees this eventually disagrees with that basic notion, let me know why you would disagree with it, because it just seems like such a no-brainer to me. And it's just like, I don't know. It just makes it a little bit more appealing when I'm shopping, I think. Because, yeah, now I see what this stuff all is. Terrain upgrade pack. And here's what I was talking about also with zooming. I feel like you really need to zoom into your components. Like, I see this, and I want to know, like, what's this look like? Like, what does this look like? It's kind of like a house for Monopoly, but there's like details? It looks like a cross or something. I can't see it because you didn't zoom into it. Zoom into these components, especially if it's a $97 freaking dollar game. Like, that's okay. But I will say I do give them kudos on this. $97 will get you every single playable thing, and the upgrade pack, there's nothing that you have to get in the upgrade pack that's going to give you more game. Because that always ticks me off when they're like, oh yeah, you have to buy the super expensive version to get these promo cards or this extra little mechanism or something like that. So I like how they're doing that. I feel like this is going to be the most popular pledge level just because they didn't advertise this well enough. But let's see. I'm going to check. Let's see. $1, so we got 179 people. 97, we got 477. And then no, 631. People still, they just want all the fancy shinies. Kickstarter is such a weird place to me. And then the collector's cachet. What is the collector's cachet? That is the 2 copies. Okay. Plus 1 copy and keep the other in its original packaging. Play with 1 copy and keep the other in its original packaging. What? Who's doing that? What? What? No. Like, I don't think I'm just curious. I'm imagining most people backing this are just like, oh yeah, me and my buddy are both going to get the game. But that being said, it's actually $1 more expensive? Oh, no, it's not. Okay, never mind. I can't count. Retailer's handshake. Okay, so there we go. We got through that. The game is really something special. It's one of those epic games. Now, I will say, this is the first time I believe I've seen the word epic, and this is one of those rare games where I think that using that word could potentially be apt. But I need to know how many cards are in this freaking game. Like, I really want to know the components. Stretch goals. Great, we're talking about stretch goals. All cards upgrade to Ivory Core. That's a banger of a stretch goal. Wow. Bronze tier. Component upgrades for all pledge levels. What? Are there going to be... Wait, what? There's... Oh, so we're going to be getting progressively better stretch goals. Is that what you're trying to tell me here? And you should not be trying to tell me this here 19 minutes into this video. I feel... Because I always say this. Once you're funded, your new goal is not to get your game funded. It is to pivot to make this game as good as humanly possible. Get the fear of missing out. You do not want to miss this game. So I've always put the stretch goals higher once you start getting funded. Because $97, you're going to need to really convince me here. Because like that, without showing me the components... All cards upgrade to Ivory Core. Player boards upgraded to dual layer die cut. These are great stretch goals at every 10,000. So these are going to be micro stretch goals. These are going to be getting hit pretty frequently, which means people are going to have to keep coming back pretty routinely. UV spot linen finish to cards. All resource tokens upgraded to wood with silk screen design. Upgraded to marble dice. UV linen finish to the box. So here's the other thing. Once again, I don't know why you choose not to do this. Pictures. Pictures are great. Like, show me some image that I'm sure Panda GM has on their website where what's the difference between ivory core and non-ivory core. Just a little image right here. Upgrade to dual layer die cut. UV spot linen finish to cards. Like, this is just, like, get me more excited about this area with pictures. 3 unique event cards plus 1 new weapon. Awesome. So that's essentially 4 cards. Cultist added to the game. Okay, cool. So I'm assuming that's more cards. 3 unique event cards, heist and contraband expansion, 3 unique event cards, new event cards. The big ticket available on Pledge Manager. Big ticket items available on Pledge Manager. What does that mean? Game additions to, so these are going to be things that you can get on Pledge Manager. Okay. I hate it. I hate it. I hate everything. Why does that, why would you think that that would get me excited? Like, I'm already spending $97 on your game that's the size of Ticket to Ride. Like, we still got a lot of work to do on the how much is it going on right here. Because $97 for what is presumably a Ticket to Ride style box, those are crack prices right there. That's outrageous. Especially if you're not including metal coins, the terrain. Like, if this were all this stuff and that was $97, I get it. But no, you're saying that's just the base. The base game, the retail's $97. Fancy version's $150. Metal coins, terrain upgrade pack, upgraded first player token, $10. Really? $10? $10 for that upgraded first player token. Now I get why they're making these stupidly, obnoxiously high priced. And that's because they don't want you to purchase any of these. They want you to just get the Shadows Governor $150 pledge. But man. And then, cool, a postcard. Oh, that's a Kickstarter exclusive. Don't want to miss out on the $15 postcard. Okay. Stretch goal purchases available only through Pledge Manager. Okay. So why are they, so they're not unlocked here yet, but damn it, if you just scroll down for 8 more seconds, then they get unlocked. What? I'm so weird. Stretch goal purchases. Oh, yippee. If we hit 300K, guys, I could buy a book. Hey! Said no one. Enemy, let me know, though. Maybe it's just me. I come from a scarcity mindset. I live paycheck to paycheck. So these, it's just like, no, I'm already dropping 97 on you. Was really hyped for this game. The price plus shipping plus VAT just really puts me off for a game. Oh no, Pedro! Pedro just spoiled it. The shipping's not gonna be good. No, I'm already bad on the price. Okay, enemy upgrade pack. Upgrade the cardboard chits for enemy NPCs with 16 enemy miniatures. Oh, okay. The pictures would once again be solid here, but at least that one I feel like some people might take. How to play black and white comic. We'll expand the gameplay walkthrough into a graphic novel-style playthrough, learn the game, meet the characters, and maybe pick up some tips and tricks in the meantime. Oh, wow, that'd be super cool if that was included in the game, since you're hitting $400,000 and you're asking $97 freaking dollars for the game. But nah, you can buy it on the side if you want. I'm sure it'll be reasonably priced, just like everything else up here. Oh, man. Townsfolk's Task Expansion. We'll add quests to the game. Townsfolk's NPC and Time Trials Solo Mode. Winter is coming. You must help the townsfolk prepare before the frost. Cool. Oh, hey, components! Wow, okay, good. So I was going to say, there was no way that we were possibly going to get through this without seeing the components. Like, all right, so here we go. This is where I need to see $97 worth. Let's go. 5 minis. Yippee skippy. They do have the dimensions once again. I always mention, put them in inches. Americans, we don't use millimeters because their country's dumb sometimes. Mini stretch goals. Custom plastic tray unlocked. Mini stretch goal. Custom plastic tray unlocked. Hopefully that's showed down here. So we get 1 town tile. And now we convert to inches. Why? Why would we go from millimeters to inches? So now I'm saying the same thing, but again, about millimeters to inches, but then again, apparently the rest of the world has just said, all right, America's dumb, we're just going to learn how to use inches. That's pretty much what people have told me before in the chat. It's like, yeah, we just put up with the crap. All right, so 10 by 10, double-sided. So we got a double-sided little town tile. I'm assuming this is where you're going to go to a lot of the main stuffs, the blacksmiths, the bank, the who's it's, the what's it. So we got 4 terrain tiles. They're going to go around the outside. Once again, I'd love to see this zoomed up. So we have 5 pieces of cardboard. Okay, got it. 4 player boards. So we're looking at 9 pieces of cardboard, 5 store tiles, double-sided. Cool. Like the double-sided nature of this. That'd also be a banger of a stretch goal. We get some more. So we have 94 combat cards, 4 mount cards, 8 varied to-do list cards, 4 cards. So how many grand total cards we got? That's what I really wanted. 98, 106, 110, 114, 116, 118, 130, 134, 138, 40 event cards. Ooh. Okay, so we're up to about a 150, 170. Okay. So 170 cards. I'm not particularly wowed by that much in a sandbox style game. There's no sugarcoating on that. Yeah, I mean, this looks like a really fun game. Don't get me wrong. And to be quite honest, I feel like that's not really a fair complaint. It's just that Fallen Lands from Fallen Dominion Studio ruined the game for everybody else. They just made the sandbox game with like 600 different adventures and little mini question stuff you could go on. And so now I compare that game to all other sandbox games that I play. And is that fair? And I think it is fair. But at the same time, you know, there's still, I'm sure, tons of variability in this game. So I'm not going to ding it so hard for that. It's just Fallen Dominion Studios. They just ruined it for me. Damn you! 12 rider tokens, 16 grid tokens, so we got a bunch of cardboard here, 6 colored dice, marble dice unlocks, cool. 80 resource tokens, okay. I'm not seeing $97 here. Not seeing $97 here. That is, and then there's 2 rule booklets. Interesting. Okay, so, you think you should be paying attention to this game. I think this is setting itself up to be a giant contender when it comes to an immersive, story-driven, open-world strategy game. Okay. The amount of detail on this is actually completely insane. Once again, like, what does that mean? That's the second time you have taken it upon yourself to mention a quote where people say detail. They're mentioning detail. Do you mean that it's just like, what does that mean? Like, I get it in a video game sense where it's like, oh, you know, there's going to be all sorts of immersive things going on around the world. Like, what does that mean in a board game setting? I don't know. Despite so many things to do within the game, most of the actions feel very intuitive, and it's very easy to teach others how to play Bantam West. And I like the fact that's the best part of the quote, and they italicize that. They also italicize insane. Okay. If you like adventuring and sandbox-style games, then you will enjoy Bantam West. Simple quote. Get excited, pay attention. This is what our community is made for. What? Get excited, pay attention. This is what our community is made for. I don't even know what the hell that one means. Okay, so get your hands on the game. So $16 shipping in the United States. So you are looking at a $113 game. That's really what it boils down to. And if you're in Alaska, well, then get bent. Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico gets it better than Alaska and Hawaii. Okay. Army Post Office Canada, $14. Oh, UK, good for you. Asia, dang, really good for you. I guess they're just shipping those straight out of the factory. Okay. But it apparently does not include the VAT due to import taxes in other areas like the UK, the EU VAT, and other regional things. So there will be a VAT price. So right now, the do I want it is yes. I feel like this looks like a really fun game. I think it looks like a cool game, and I imagine I would probably really enjoy this game. Can you do it? No. Like, nothing, like, here's the thing. I don't know. Let me look at it. So look at it. So once I see a prototype like this, actually, the can you do it is a yes. That being said, like, can you do it cheaper? I feel like that's really the name of the game here. $97. $97. Like, let that sink in. This is not a minis game. This is not 600 cards. This is not, nothing about this game, to me, screams, I'm worth $97. Now, it looks like a really fun game. It looks like a damn fun game. Could be a great game. But at the end of the day, this looks like a $60 game. It looks like an MSRP that should be $60 because that's the industry standard. Now, I know shipping prices have gone up, yada, 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 but not $37 more. I mean, $97. So, but it's not just that, it's the shipping. So you're looking at this as a $113 investment. And from that perspective, I say no. I gotta give it a bad grade on the how much is it. And it even goes more depending on if you're getting the VAT. Red Dead Redemption, the board game, and yeah, that's what they were trying to pitch it as. I see that. Development team, head of marketing, game designer, cool stuff, risk and challenges, whatevs. So production timeline. So here's the other thing. I don't see a full gameplay, which really concerns me. Because that, I feel like, is the biggest selling point here, especially when you're asking me for $113. And I'm only going to refer to it now. $60 makes way more sense. Yeah, it does. Like, it doesn't look like there's that much stuff in the game. Yeah, so I am very skeptical of this game. No gameplay video, $113 just to get yourself in on the base thing. Did they even spotlight the components, like the additional expensive components? I don't think they did. But yet everybody is going for it. That is just so mind-boggling to me. Kickstarter spending habits, they blow my mind. It's around $155 base for Europe. Holy Jesus Christ, Pedro! Thank you for doing that painful math. Ow! Oh, God, $155. Think of all the stuff you could get on Cool Mini or Not right now for $155. Now, I understand there's the basic idea of, oh, we're supporting this person's dream, but who the hell are you manufacturing this through that you need $97 to make this game? Is it your buddy Greg out in the garage? Like, is he getting, like, how? Don't like it. Don't like the price. Also, the Can You Do It? You have a lot of polish here. There is tons of polish. You got big names to do big videos. Your prototype looks up to snuff, up to like whatever that word is, where someone who watches Quackalope's video, they're going to see all those components. It's going to look good. So you've put in a lot of thought, time, and effort into this project. You could literally drop $125 and get the Deluxe Witcher, which gives you a ton of minis and board and 4 expansion. Doesn't seem worth. They should make a cheaper version. Yeah, I agree. Like, it's just, who are you? Did you do manufacturing shopping? Like, who did you go shopping through? Are you making like a 400 print run of this game? Like, how did you come to the $97 price point on those components? It's just, I can't excuse that. Everyone's going for it because, as usual, in everything, their favorite influencers of choice are, as usual, telling everyone that this game is the next coming of Christ. Well, if you do not want a board game reviewer who will tell you a game is the next coming of Christ, then smash on that subscribe button. Even though, from time to time, I have. Time of Legends Destinies. I just glowed on that one. Scythe, because I actually did Kickstarter for that one. God, that was a bad video. It looked like it was fog in my basement. And Good Cop, Bad Cop. Those are the 3 times where I've really just stuck my neck out for games that were Kickstarter, that I was doing Kickstarter videos for. And I'll tell you, those 3 games kind of have good track records. Destiny's will. Trust me. It's spectacular. I love it. My kids have already played through it. What exactly is the Dead Settlers map? You know what? We still don't even know what the hell the Dead Settlers map are. But luckily, they have an FAQ section. They're using Panda, which is one of the best manufacturers, but still. Oh! Was that listed in there? I must have missed that. I'm glad you caught that. So that does bump up the credibility of Can You Do It, but still $97. No, I just can't. Like, that's so high. Will there be a solo mode during the campaign? Right now, the game is designed for 2 to 4 players. We're addressing the yada yada yada. The answer is yes. They already said that if we hit $300,000, we're gonna hit, or whatever, $500,000, because then that's when we can unlock a solo mode that you can buy from us. Yay! Yeah, that rubbed me the wrong way as well. What exactly is the Dead Settlers map? Yeah, you've been pounding your chest about it. You took a whole section of your main image to tell me about it, but then you didn't actually tell me what it was. The Dead Settlers map is going to be a physical map displaying a beautiful hand-drawn sketch of the game board. There will be game design tips and tricks written on the map to give you a cutting edge when you play the game with your friends. That's actually really cool. You can hang it on the whole world to see. It's included free for all back. That's actually a really awesome stretch goal. And once again, this is why pictures are so good. Like, if you actually have this old Wild West style map and it's shown up there, or a mock-up of what it's going to look like, that gets me excited. That's like a really cool, like, that's really cool. Will this game be available in other languages? We are working on translating the rulebook. What exactly are the game board's made of? Gold, I'm going to guess. The game boards are made out of 2mm gray board and wrapped on both sides with 250 GSM paper with a matte varnish as to not reflect too much light. All edges will be wrapped. Is this really a frequently asked question? It would have been much cheaper for us to produce a single game board rather than 10 separate game boards, but separating the boards adds a huge aspect of modularity to the game. So is that where the value in the game is coming right there? Is that where the expense in the game is coming right there? Because if that is the case, and it's because you're doing all these crazy large inlaid boards, you need to do a better job of showcasing those to me. Because like I said, you waiting to show the components all the way at the bottom. Like, who does that? Like, go look at, like, 9 out of 10, probably 19 out of 20 other Kickstarters don't do that. That's just because you want to spotlight that sort of stuff. Can you believe it? Over 975 citizen minutes of coming together within the last 12 hours. So we got 45 hearts, 8 comments. And as for the bronze event character minis and a custom plastic, cool. So they're talking about the stretch goals. Enjoy this little video I made for you all. It's my way of showing gratitude for all that you've been happening this day. Don't mind the goofy preview thumbnail of it. Now that you've heard my $2. Go check out some real professionals behind a camera and click on the links below. Quackalope said he might do a gameplay if the video below generates enough traffic. Oh, yippee skippy. Well, I don't care if it's freaking Quackalope doing the gameplay. How about you do a gameplay? So there's not a gameplay out there for me right now? Ugh. Like, how is that? I play Magic the Gathering and know how cardboard can be expensive, but still, yeah, nice $7. It's a lot for board games. Like, I don't think like what I'm saying is an unreasonable thing. We're running a contest giveaway for the next few days. Don't worry, a large graphic will be added on the top of our Kickstarter page by tomorrow morning with a hyperlink to the BGG thread, and we are hosting it. So right now, they're trying to get on the top of the popularity on the hotness chart, because that, and I imagine Quackalope's probably telling them that too, because that's what you do. He knows how to work the system. He knows how to game the game, because if you get yourself on top of that hotness, woo, you're going to have a whole huge wave of people coming from BGG, which that's your target market. Already watched, liked, and commented on Quack's video. I'm so much triggered by your game. Pretty sure there's a hidden gem here. Okay. And I do see responding in the customer service, which is great. Still, I would always recommend asking a question in here because, how many people you got here? You got 1,300 people. You can get way more than 8 comments and 7 comments if you just say, so we are constantly coming up with ideas and having notebooks full of different things that we'd love to see potentially integrated in the game or into different events. So what are some of your favorite Wild West tropes that you would love to see make an appearance in this game? I also feel like with random events being in this game, there's a big missed opportunity here to let people get into the game in the form of stretch goals. Now, I know this is, but this is a critique. I critique, but I also give tons of ideas, because that's how I try to be in counterbalance. I don't want to be negativity. I would be like, but I feel like a whale here that was like, hey, if you want to pay like an extra $100, you can help design an event card in the game based on your favorite Wild West trope. I mean, that's something you could do, but also just engaging people on the Wild West theme, I think would be a great topic here, because when people comment on the updates and comments, that tickles those Kickstarter algorithms, which keeps you higher on the popularity charts. Cards with a diamond core. Any chance of a Mandarin rule booklet? Files could print from pre-GG. Is this a video game based on the intro video? Yuck. By the way, it seems like we're pledging towards a video game. Where's the board game? Good grief. Show us some board game footage. Our video game campaign is showing board game footage? Am I missing something? I love you, Tate. And that's the counterbalance. I thought the video, it got me excited. I thought it was like, oh, this is so weird, it's so different, it's so unique. But maybe the reason why people don't do it is because people like Tate are like, what the hell? I'm here for a board game. Show me the board game. And I get that perspective. I do. And I complained about that to a certain extent. The fact that, yeah, you really... So the main video it definitely looks like a video game. And then they don't show you the components until all the way after the pledge. Yeah, it's just the organization. We were running a contest giveaway. Got it. I'm really intrigued by the SG. So yeah, I see them popping in. Where's the other? So yeah, collaborator and creator in here. So we should have some decent customer service going on in there. Awesome. So at the end of the day, I got the A through F rating scale, and wowzers, this is a hard one. The do I want it? Is it? Yeah, I think it looks like a really cool game. The how much is it? Is it, whoa, holy crap, no. It's bad. It's and then the can you do it? The problem is, when I see a price tag like that, it's just, the can you do it is like, you clearly probably have not done this before if you think that that's a reasonable price. And that scares me a little bit. That concerns me a little bit. The fact that this is, I'm assuming this is their first game. They're pitching a very ambitious game with no gameplay video. And as a reviewer, all these things scare me. Because I have seen, and you have seen if you've been in this hobby long enough, the thousands of next big games to come out. The next huge gem, the next amazing Kickstarter that's going to completely rock everybody's world. And what percentage of those games live up to the hype? What percentage of those games are like, say for instance, Tidal Blades. We're like, yeah, that was good. That was really good. Some people might think it's great. But all-timer? There's just so many games that fit into this box now. And it makes me skeptical for a first-time game designer at a $97 price point, $113 with the shipping. Just, ugh. So, in the end, I'm going to balance it all. So the do I want it is strong, but the can you do it? Not particularly strong. How much is it? Really, really bad. I think that means this is a D+. I think my rating is a D+. I think that just weighs it down so much. And here's the thing. If there was a gameplay video, if there was a how to play video, those things right there immediately would just bump it up. But it's just, I'm a bit concerned. I'm a bit concerned. Maybe D plus is too mean. Maybe go C minus. No, because how much is it is a damn F, and can you do it is like a C minus. So do I want it as an A? Yeah, it all boils down. I'm going to give this one a D plus. But there you go. That is Bantam West, and whoever voted on that damn poll and I should go to A to F, it's so much more stressful now. But if you're enjoying what I'm doing, just keep enjoying what I'm doing, because that's how this whole system works. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube. Bye bye.